Boy, this quarantine got me looking crazy. But listen, if you follow my Instagram, then you know we dropped a new product, Tomb 45. And I think it's perfect timing for what's going on, what we need to prepare for. What I pretty much said was, man, if you thought the rush for toilet paper was crazy, wait till you see the rush for haircuts. And so we came out with a battery that gives you 50% more battery life for any wall cordless clipper. And I just been telling barbers, man, make sure you're prepared for this rush. Make sure your clippers are on point. Make sure you're cleaning your shop. Make sure you're sterilizing it, all that good stuff. This is just from last night's sale. So you can see people are buying batteries like crazy. This is just from last night. The batteries come with a free transparent matte gifted hands lid for a limited time only. So while supplies last, make sure you place your order so that you can get your free transparent lid with your batteries. All right, so we got these in different colors. You can get them in clear, in red, in blue, and in green. And then here's the battery, 50% more battery life. You guys see the Tomb 45 Eco. As a matter of fact, let me show you how easy it is to install it real quick. We'll do it right here. These screws, right? This lid is a pain in the butt to take off. I don't want to mess this clipper up though, because this was a gift. You guys can see my name is engraved in there. Wall hooked me up with this. We're gonna take this off right here. Okay. This is the battery. Comes right out. Okay. And all you do, I like to hold this down. The chip, we don't need we don't need this PCB board to come out. And I just kind of pull it out. It comes right out. Okay. Take the new battery out with 50% more battery life. All right. I like the logo to show, so I'm gonna place it just like that. And you're just gonna go ahead and plug this piece in. Literally, it's plug and play. All right, there it is. And let's turn it on. There you go. Make sure all 100 of your clippers got new batteries and ready to go. And with that being said, let's go ahead and start this haircut tutorial. 2-year transformation. What's going on, YouTube? Thank you guys for coming to another video. Before you guys go crazy on me for cutting all this hair off, it's been 2 years since he's gotten a haircut at a barbershop, and I was the last person to cut his hair. Usually he goes real short, but he kind of had a hiatus and hadn't cut his hair in a while, and he's tired of it. So he wants to go really short like he used to get it done, less maintenance, and he's just sick of the long hair. So we're gonna cut this off. We're gonna donate it, and so shout out to him for that, for giving back. But he's got a lot of hair. His hair is super thick. It's been a while since he's got a cut, and so we're gonna go ahead and do the best we can for him. So we started off here in the front just to make sure that's the length that he wanted. And so, you know, I like to communicate with my clients. That's the length he liked, and so that's gonna be our guide for the rest of the cut. Now, because his hair is so thick, I'm gonna go here through the top with clean sections, small sections, just to get it as even as possible. But his hair is so thick, it's gonna be hard to do that. So we're gonna have to cross check on top probably like 2 or 3 times. And so what cross checking pretty much means is if you're cutting the hair with horizontal sections like I'm doing here, you would follow it up with vertical sections just to make sure it's as even as possible. And so one of the things that my client here appreciates, and he told me, is that I do cross check a bunch of times, because he notices when it's not even. And so he stays really loyal to me, even though it's a fairly simple haircut, because I do take my time to make sure it's done right, regardless of how simple this haircut may seem to a lot of you guys. Clients notice, you know what I'm saying? Like, people notice the little imperfections because they're the ones that got to look at themselves every morning, you know what I mean? And so we're gonna do the top, but we're also gonna go into where the parietal ridge area, which is where the side starts to round into the top, and we're gonna make sure that we cut that down to the desired length that we would like. And then we'll leave the bulk of the sides for the end of the cut, because for me it's just simpler that way. All right, so we've cut the top, we've cut the parietal ridge area, and now we're grabbing a number 4 and we're just gonna debulk. We're just gonna blast through this hair, all this length, and it's just gonna blend right into the shear work that we've already created. He asked for a number 4 on the sides. There are gonna be some parts where I lower it down to a number 3 because I know it's gonna grow back better that way, and I'll let you guys know why. But first, let's go ahead and clear through all this bulk. This part, it was actually really fun. It's really fun just going through bulks of hair like this, man. It's not very often you get somebody who's been growing their hair for 2 years sitting in your chair, right? Yo, imagine if we leave that hair by his ear. Just leave it, maybe braid it. It wouldn't surprise me if like somebody, like a new rapper or something, comes out with that look. Hairstyles have been wild in the celebrity arena these days. All right, so you can see I grabbed my number 3 and I'm just lowering the taper area and behind the ear, because that tends to kind of grow and be noticeable, you know, much faster than most of the surrounding sides. And then back here in the neck area, you can see he has calyx and the hair kind of wants to stick up. By bringing this down to a number 3, it'll still look like a number 4. It just won't grow out, you know, poofy like a number 4 will if we left it all a number 4. This neck area is always going to look longer than the sides, even though it's the same length. All right, and like I said, I'm coming back in and refining, and he notices, you know, like that's one of the things that he told me. He notices these are the little things that set me apart in his eyes, you know what I mean, and why he's willing to pay a premium to sit in my chair, because again, I could have just blasted through this haircut, but I'm not going to. I understand that, you know, kind of, you know, his issues with his hair, what problems I can solve, and with his hair being so thick, you know, it's kind of important again to cross-check a bunch, because there's little peaks and valleys that can happen no matter how small your sections are with his hair texture. And then I let him know about the number 3, why I lowered it to a number 3 in the neck area, in the temple area, and customers appreciate that, right? All right, and here I'm refining. Again, you can cross check just by going the opposite direction pretty much of how you were cutting it before with sections, and you could do that by going scissor over comb as well, like I was doing before. And so I think we have we're starting to get a really nice shape, really nice length, a really good cut, I feel like, on the top. I feel like it looks precise. Again, it's not easy with his hair. He also has calyx in the front of his hairline, right? But I think that's a good look. And so now we're gonna line him up. Look, not everybody wants the sharpest lineup in the world. I know some of us, we would probably go in a little bit deeper here in this C cup area just to get it a little bit sharper, but he doesn't like that, you know. And I listen to him, and I make sure that, you know, I'm doing the best haircut for him, not for what I want, right? And I think he's right. I think it looks good on him to keep it as natural as possible as far as the lineup is concerned. And then we're gonna clean up his beard, make it look nice and sharp. So the beard, obviously he does want refined, but he likes it full, right? So, you know, you're not gonna sacrifice the fullness of this beard in order to give it an even sharper line, but we are gonna try to get it sharp while keeping it pretty natural. And you can see I'm barely going in with that C cup. It's literally on its natural line. You could tell even his beard is like super thick. I've been and just so y'all know, man, I've been cutting his hair since I remember, man. Since I started cutting hair, probably 10 years back, I've been cutting his hair. Well, probably not 10 years back, but it's been a long time I've been cutting his hair. And he's been loyal, man. Besides, you know, that this 2-year stint where he grew out his hair, it's funny, man, how, you know, trends change. People want to change their look all the time, and so you can see, you know, the beard and the lineup is sharp. We just kept it as natural as possible. All right, and we're gonna follow it up with the razor. Alright guys, and so this is the before, 2 years of hair, and now he's got a new look. So guys, if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. We're dropping constant content all the time. This is the before and the after. If you liked it, please let me know in the comment section below. I'll see you guys on the next video.